The Athletic has linked multiple veteran free agents to the New York Yankees, such as Kike Hernandez and Whit Merrifield, as potential options to play second or third base in the open infield slot. And we'll see if the New York Yankees continue to look externally or move more internal to look at guys like DJ LeMahieu or young players like Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswald Peraza, and Jorbit Vivas. And we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as usual. And if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe. 16% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. Let's try to get those numbers up. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe. Leave a comment down below who you want to be in that infield with Jazz Chisholm, with Anthony Volpe, and with Paul Goldschmidt. However, let's jump into the video now because the New York Yankees have been linked to multiple different multiple different prospective infielders for the team. Now, there's guys like Kike Hernandez, guys like Whit Merrifield outside of the New York Yankees organization. Obviously, there's been mentioning of Luis Arias. There's been mentioning of a few names here, but now there's two new names mentioned by The Athletic. And jumping into this and taking a look, as mentioned by The Athletic, the Yankees were in deep talks with Hernandez last season before he signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's unclear whether the Yankees are interested this time around. Last season, Hernandez, who's 33 years old, had an 85 OPS plus in 126 games. He could be an option at second or third base after the Dodgers World Series win. Hernandez ripped Fat Joe's performance at Yankee Stadium just ahead of Game 3. I think everyone knows that performance was definitely a little lackluster. However, Fat Joe is a diehard New York sports fan, so I'm not going to hate on him. But here's the thing. I don't think the Yankees are going to get Kike Hernandez, but it's certainly an interesting idea, and I certainly like it better than DJ LeMahieu. Like, let's be honest, guys. Out of all the veterans the Yankees could have play second or third base, LeMahieu's got to be low on that list. He hasn't been the same over the last few years. He's had a bunch of injuries, and now he's trying to come back and stay healthy. But who's to say that he does stay healthy? That's a huge risk in itself, as I try to fix my wet hair. And it's just, look, it's not an ideal option for a team that just went to the World Series. Hernandez knows how to win. He's been on multiple different teams, but mainly the Dodgers, and he's had success in his MLB career more recently than DJ LeMahieu. I mean, Hernandez 1.3 WAR, which is higher than Luis Arias, I might add. Had 12 home runs, not really hitting a ton of home runs right now, or ever, really. 654 OPS, 85 OPS plus. His numbers were down over previous years, but the Yankees probably would end up finding him in a consistent role. He'd probably play second base. The Yankees would keep Jazz at third in this case, because Kike Hernandez never played third base, given Jazz Chisholm had never played third base, and the Yankees moved him there. So it is possible the Yankees could toss Hernandez there. He's able to play a bunch of positions. He'd be a solid veteran to have. Not exactly gives you much of any base running, which the Yankees could use a little bit more of, and he doesn't give you a ton of contact, which the Yankees could use a little bit more of, and he doesn't give you a bunch of power, which the Yankees can use a little bit more of. Do I like this idea? Does anyone? Look, Kike Hernandez, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I think it comes down to a similar thing that I've said in the past, which is I'd rather a younger guy get this job. Like, I'd rather the Yankees not spend $4 million on Kike Hernandez or however much it's going to be, and instead allocate that money towards a bullpen arm. It would make more sense to do that, and then try to see if Oswald Peraza has anything to give you, or Vivas. He's also an option the Yankees could try to bring up. It's just, what are these lackluster middle lower tier free agent infield options? It's just not ideal. However, I do like the idea of Whit Merrifield more. Merrifield, well, the Yankees were also in contact with him after Philadelphia cut him in July. He landed with the Atlanta Braves, posting a 93 OPS plus in 42 games, and he does turn 36 later this month. Obviously, Whit Merrifield's best days are behind him. He's not stealing the most bases in the league anymore. He's not a phenomenal contact hitter like he used to be. He's not the same player. It's evidently clear that Whit Merrifield's not the same player. He never really was after leaving the Royals. I mean, I guess he was an all-star in the Blue Jays, so he had that. But it's not like It's fine. I like him better than Hernandez. I like him better than DJ LeMahieu. If the Yankees were to go get a veteran, I think Whit Merrifield is the guy to go get, in all fairness of me just saying I'd rather a young guy. Merrifield, I mean, his WAR was absolutely terrible, but he only had 293 at-bats. His batting average was awful. His OPS was not very good at 625. His OPS plus wasn't very good, but he was better on the Braves. He seemingly got it more together. Merrifield still does give you a solid base runner. He's a very smart base runner. He can play a few different positions. He's played basically all the positions outside of shortstop in his career. He would fit in nicely at second base for the Yankees as a veteran who wants to win. I mean, Merrifield spent most of his, really all of his prime pretty much, with a Kansas City Royals team that wasn't winning anything. He wants to win, and this might be a situation where you could find a guy in Whit Merrifield who absolutely could give you kind of a revamped year, the same way that we've talked about Paul Goldschmidt potentially being able to revamp himself because he's playing winning baseball. Merrifield would be able to give you the same thing. Being a righty, I mean, the Yankees would stick him probably throughout the lineup and see if somehow, some way he could figure out a way to become that contact hitter he once was. I mean, back in the day, used to have the most at-bats in baseball, showed some good WAR in a lot of those days. I mean, really, really good base runner, 3-time leader in stolen bases, leader in triples one year, leader in doubles in 2021, was an all-star in 2021 with the Kansas City Royals, and then in 2023 he was an all-star, so he's 1 year removed from an all-star season. So I know I'm talking about Whit Merrifield like it's been 6 years since he's done anything, but it hasn't. It's been one season, and look, the Phillies were good, the Braves were fine, but it's like, there's a world where going to the Yankees could help revive the career of Whit Merrifield after a down year. He is getting older, so there's a chance that age is just caught up and this is just not going to work out. But if the Yankees were to go for a veteran player, I would like it to be Whit Merrifield. I've been a fan of Merrifield for a while. He came into the MLB older at 27, so he got a late start to his career. So it's not like he's just going to be completely burnt out. Most of his career has happened in the 2020s. He's been an all-star 3 times in the last 6 years. It's not bad. It's not a bad option, especially with the Yankees who don't want to spend money. Merrifield would be cheap. He would be able to play second base. He's a good base runner, has had years where he's been one of the better contact hitters in baseball as well. You might as well give it a shot if you're going to give anyone a shot. I think Merrifield is the guy the New York Yankees should absolutely go for. I mean, it definitely clears what DJ LeMahieu did last season when it comes to down years. LeMahieu had 201 at-bats because he was injured, and it kind of kept him out of the lineup. He could play second, third, or first base. He had a negative 1.6 WAR, which is one of the worst in the MLB. His OPS was awful. His batting average was disgusting. He just had a terrible year because he was injured for the majority of it. Now, is there a world where DJ LeMahieu comes back and can replicate some of what he did in 2020? Actually, no. I don't see that. Maybe it's possible if he's healthy, but now we're banking on him to be healthy after he hasn't been for a long time. I understand the interest in the fact that they still owe him. The Yankees still owe him $30 million, but no. Don't do this to yourselves. Why would they? Just get Merrifield and call it a day if you're going to use a veteran. And if you're not going to use a veteran, go get Oswald Peraza and let him see what he could show you. He had 10 at-bats last year when he was 23 years old. He lost the shortstop battle. Just give Oswald Peraza a chance, if you ask me. If you're not going to, go get Whit Merrifield for cheap. That's what I would do personally, but I want to know what y'all would do if you were the GM. So let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.